After using Windows and macOS intensively for my day-to-day tasks, I switched to Arch Linux for doing some fun. And here is the installation procedure. So now that we are in our computer, we need to search for Arch Linux ISO. But I will search for Arch Linux only. So go to the official webpage archlinux.org, go to the download section, and we will scroll down and click on the first link, which is the worldwide link fcix.net. Click on this and it will open up this page where you have the ISOs listed. I will click on the first one, Arch Linux ISO. Okay, click and it will save it as a disk image file or ISO file. So click on save and it will start downloading. So it says it will take 5 minutes or 3 minutes. Until then we will download another tool which is on the about page. Okay, so now we will download Elena Ector, ECHTR. Okay, so the first link is the correct link. So this is a software which flashes USB drives with ISO images. So we need that for creating our bootable Linux pen drive. So I will download it as well. And once all the downloads are complete, I will be back again. So now that our downloads are complete, I will start with setting up Balena Ector. So close this SAD. So open it up. And it's opening and it will ask for the admin privileges, I guess. Yeah, next. So it is installing and now it is installed. So we are all good. So now take your thumb USB drive and plug it in. So it is also open automatically. That's nice. So I will go ahead and plug my USB drive to this computer, and it is a Windows ISO right now. So flash from file. So we will go to downloads and Arch Linux 2022. So I will click on that, select target, SanDisk Cruise Blade USB device for me. It can be different for your computer or your device. So select this one and we will flash. So it will take some time as well, and I will be back once this process is completely over. So as you can see now, the validation is almost complete and it is finishing up. So yeah, the task is complete. Our USB drive is flashed and ready to go. So we will restart our computer. Let me just close my browser and we will go and restart this system. So now that we are restarting my computer, we need to press F12 continuously to get to the boot menu and wait until the boot menu appears. So yeah, now the boot menu has appeared and you can see it now. Okay, so we will go for the USB HDD of SanDisk. So press enter and it will say security boot failed. Okay, so that's one of the problem. We need to press F2 continuously to get to the boot menu, and once the boot menu opens you will be able to see it as well. So the boot menu wants my password and it's done. Now you will be able to see my boot menu. Okay, so here you need to go to the boot and we need to disable the secure boot for now, and we will exit saving changes. So yeah, our screen went black again, and let's just press F12 to get to the boot menu. It might be different for your computer. It can be Del or escape key or any of the function keys. Just search your computer and BIOS setup and boot menu and you will find the options. Okay, so now we are in the boot screen. Okay, so we can select two devices from here: Windows Boot Manager, which is our Windows system, and USB HDD SanDisk, which is our pen drive which has the Linux ISO on it. So we will press enter and it will show up this menu: Arch install medium, Arch Linux medium with speech, copy to RAM, EFI cell, and reboot into firmware interface. Okay, so we will click on the first option, Arch Linux install medium. So it will start processing and creating some files for Arch, and meanwhile I will be looking up the Arch wiki, link within the description. So we will open up the Arch wiki for a step-by-step guide for me. So we are in the root Arch ISO. There is nothing we can do like zooming the font or something like that. There is a command though, but it messes up with things, so I won't be executing that. I will be showing it somewhere in the right side of the screen. So yeah, you can do that to get the double size font. But we will start with having the internet connection. But let's just check if we have internet connection. Ping google.com. So yeah, temporarily failure in name resolution, so that means we are not connected to the internet. If you have Ethernet cable, you will be automatically connected, but if you don't have it, I will show you the Wi-Fi setup. So we need to type IWCTL. Okay, so it went ahead and opens the IWD network manager, and next we need to see the devices. So device list, it will list out the devices you have to connect to Wi-Fi and other networks. The device for me is WLAN 0. So we need to do is station WLAN 0 and scan. So it will scan up the network, and so the command is get networks. Okay. So I've completely forget this command, get networks. Okay, so it will list out the networks you have available in your local area. So now we need to connect to a network. For us, the network is the first one, so we will say station WLAN 0 connect, and then we need to write the name of the network in double quotes. For us, that is with starts with a space. I don't know how that happened. So press enter, and it will ask for the passphrase. So you need to type your own passphrase. So I have typed in my passphrase, and it has connected to the internet. We just will press Ctrl C to exit out of IWD, and we will ping now. First of all, I will write clear. So the next command I need to run is ping google.com. Yeah, now it is pinging, so that means we are connected to the internet, and that's all good. I know Linux people will roast me because I am pinging google.com. Okay, so anyways, so what next we need to do is we need to set up our disk. So first of all, we will start with the command fdisk-l fdisk-l to see what disks we are working with. We have this NVMe disk of 476 gigabyte, and we have this cruise blade, the USB device we are booting from, that is also there. So what we will do is we will use the NVMe disk. Okay, so first we need to do is we need to create some drives. So for that we will use cf disk. Okay, and then we need to mention the drive /dev/ NVMe0 N1. Okay, so we will press enter, and we will enter the cf disk space. So as you can see, I have some free space already allocated, and as Windows is already installed, we don't need a EFI partition. We will be using this EFI partition. Please note down the device name according to your device. For me, it is NVMe 0 and NVMe 0 and 1 P1 for EFI system, and we have the free space. Now we will divide this free space into two parts. Okay, so it is actually 174 GB, but I will use the first 150 GB for the Linux file system, that's the NVMe 0 N1 P5, and next we will allocate 4 GB to, sorry, not 4 GB, 2 GB to another one. So it is currently Linux file system. We will change its type to Linux swap, so it is enabled as a swap. So now we will write our changes. As you can see in the bottom, we can select which option we are currently in. We will write the changes. We need to type yes and press enter, and I will write once again to be double sure that everything is written. And now we can do is we can quit it. So we have changed our disk So I will run the clear command and then I will run the fdisk-l. Now you can see we have the two new partitions, the P5 and P6. So we will next use the mkfs command, mkfs.ext4. We will use the ext4 file system for our partition. So dev slash nvme0 in1 p5, that will be our ext4 partition, and it is allocating the memory properly, and it's done. Good. So next we need to make the swap partition. So mk swap, so in1 p6, that will be our swap partition. That's good. Now we will say swap on slash dev slash nvme0 n1 p6. So that will enable our swap. So now our disk is ready. Next step will be to mount the disk to the mnt folder. So for that we will use mount slash dev slash nvme0 n1 p5. That's our disk for the main partition. So that will be mounted to slash mnt. So that's mounted. So we will create a new folder, mkdir slash mnt slash efi. That will be for our efi partition, and we need to mount our efi partition to there, mk0p1 to slash mnt slash efi. Press enter and everything is ready. Now we need to install the base system. So we will use the packstrap command, packstrap the location dash mnt and the packages we want to install. So the first package we will install is the Linux package, which is the Linux kernel. Obviously we need Linux headers, we need Linux firmware, and we need the base package. I will also install the base devil package and nano for my text editor, and I guess that will be it to get started with Linux headers, Linux firmware, base devil, nano. Okay, so press enter. It will sync up the packages and it will start installing, and it will take some time depending on your internet connection speed. I will be back once this installation is done. So our installation is complete. Now we need to set up the time for this device. So first of all, we need to set the time zone. For that we will use the time date ctl, ctl set time zone, and we know the time zone of ours, but you need to search the archwiki for your own time zone. So Asia / Calcutta. So we will set the time zone, and then we will set the set ntp to be true so that our time is synced properly. Now time.ctl, we can type date and it will show the correct time, 3:12 p.m. IST 2022 April 11th. That's good. That's all right. So next we need to do is check go to our new system, newly created system, but before that we need to do one more thing, which is gen fs tab -u /mnt. that will generate the fs tab, and that's the fs tab, but we need to find paste it in another file, which is our /mnt /etc /fs tab. So that will save the file properly, and now we are ready to go into our system and do some tweakings. So for that we will use arch ch root, and the given system will be /mnt, enter, and we are in our new system. So the next thing we need to do is sync the hardware clock, HW clock, and it will be this to HW, enter. Sorry, I think the command is this to HC, not HW, HC. So press enter and our clock is now synced. And now we need to generate our time zone again for this one. So that will be ln-sf /usr /share /zone info for me this is Asia /Calcutta /Asia /Calcutta. For you that might be something different, /Europe /something or something like that. Okay, and then we need to provide the path. So for that the path will be /etc /local time. Okay, press enter and we need to run the HW clock sync again. Okay, so I did it in the wrong order actually. So anyways, the next thing will be to enable the localization. So we need to edit the etc/local.gen, for which we installed a nano. So we will do /etc/local.gen. So this is the file and you need to find your own locale and generate it. So for me that will be en_in. So en_in space utf8. So I will uncomment this line and Control O to write, enter, Control X to exit, and now we will clear the screen. And now we can run the command locale-gen. Okay, I mistyped it. Locale-gen. Press enter and it has done the job. Now we need to edit another file, for which we will use nano. So we will go to /etc/locale.conf. So here we need to mention the language. So lang equal to en_in dot utf-8. Okay, so we will write this. Control O to write, enter to save, Control X to exit. That's all good. So let's just save this, and now we need to do some network configuration. So we need to change the /etc/hostname file. So for that we will use nano again, nano /etc/hostname. Here you can change the name of your computer. So I will name my computer as catastrophe. That's the wrong spelling of catastrophe, I know, because this is my own created word, very unique, I know. So let's just save it and exit out of it. Next we need to do is we need to edit the /etc/host files. So nano /etc/hosts, and here we need to mention a few things. First of all, we will mention 127.0.0.1. that will be our local host, and the 6-bit IP address, the means IPv6 address ::1, that also be our local host. And the third one means this computer 1.1, that will be on the host name. Okay, so let's just write it out and exit out of this file. So everything is good until now. So now we need to generate password for our root. For that we will use the command passwd. So we need to type the root password. Remember, this is the root password. You need this to access the root user. Okay, so you need to set up a strong password like I am doing. So the password is updated successfully. Now you need to create a new user. For us, we will create a user with my name. So that will be like user add dash m. That will create a home folder, and we will add the username as and Ashman, and then dash g to add it to a group, and the name of the group will be wheel, wheel. Why wheel we will see later. Okay, so the new user is added, and now we can edit the wheel file for this user. So we need to go to editor equal to nano y sudo. That will open up the y sudo file, the sudo os file, and we need to scroll a bit down where there is this line, percentage wheel all equal to all. Okay, so we will uncomment this line, means remove the hashtag before it. Control O to write, enter, Control X to exit. So that's all good. Now we need to generate a password for this user. So passwd, and this user is named as Aishman, and we will generate a new password for this user. This is not the root password, this is for the user. So we will save this file. I'm sorry, not save this file. We will press enter, and that's done. Now there is the next step we need to do is we need to install some things. Okay, so for network management we will use pacman. Pacman is our package manager dash syu system install and update. Okay, so we need the packages of network manager, iwd, dialog. Also we need the package dhcpcd, and I guess that will be it for. Okay, so wait for these to install, and once they are installed, yeah, they are installed. Now we will activate them. System ctl enable dhcpcd. That will enable dhcpcd. Network manager dot. Okay, so network manager has a capital N and a capital M dot service. It will activate the network manager service, and finally we need to enable the iwd. Okay, so press enter. So that is also activated, so all good around the network area. But yet we are not ready to boot. We need to create the bootloader. For that we need to install some packages. So we will again call pacman. So we will install is the first package will be GRUB. Then we need OS prober, and we need EFI boot mgr. We need mtools, and we need, I think that should be enough. GRUB, OS prober, EFI boot mgr, and mtools. Okay, press enter. Enter again. So it will install GRUB. So yeah, that's ready. So now we need to configure the bootloader. So we will use the grub install command. Grub install dash target. Target will be equal to x 86_64. So what next? We need to mention this dash EFI, and we need to mention the mention a few more options. So yeah, EFI directory will be /EFI dash dash EFI. Not the underscore. Directory will be equal to /EFI, and then will be, we have bootloader ID will be equal to GRUB. Okay, so this will be the command to install GRUB properly. Installing GRUB for the x86-64 platform, and you need to wait. That installation is now finished without any errors, so that's good. So we need to open it up. So nano /hc /default /grub. Okay, so here we need to find the OS prober line, which is the last line generally, and remove the comment, i.e. the hash symbol. So Control O to write, enter, Control X to exit, and now we need to run the grub make config file again, and it will. Okay, so it found the Windows Boot Manager and added it properly. So our grub is also set up. Now we can exit out of this, and yeah, so we are in the root ISO, means the disk image, and we will reboot. Once you are rebooting, you need to press the F12 button to get to the boot menu again. It might be different for your system, but once you get to the boot menu, you will be presented with a window like this. Okay, so here is the grub option. Select the grub option, and you will see it is showing your Windows as well as the Arch Linux. So press enter here, and you will be booted to your Arch Linux. So let's just wait a bit. Yeah, so now we are logged into our Arch system, and it is showing up in the screen, I guess. So we will do is provide the username and provide the password we had generated, and we are in the system. So now we can do is we can check the network connection. Ping google.com. It won't ping because it is not connected to the internet at the moment, but you can connect it easily with the IWL, and we need to see the device list now. Device list, and it is finding WLAN 0. So we will do a station WLAN 0 connect, and our router name for us, that is this one, and I guess I have connected properly. So Control C here, and now let's just ping google.com, and now we are pinging google.com. So that's the basic installation of Arch. So in the next video, I will be showing you how to set up Arch Linux for proper day-to-day uses, because you cannot use the terminal like this. You are not a mad lad, okay? And I am also not a mad lad to install this, means use this terminal system. So we will be installing tiling window manager, our login manager, and everything in the next part. So subscribe for that part as well. Thank you.